What's up, guys? Welcome back to the job site. This is a house that we're redoing all the trim on, but in this video I'm not going to really be talking about trim. I'm going to be talking about my experience with the Graco handheld airless sprayers. It's been a great experience overall. Had a few hiccups, mostly were all my fault, and I'm going to share those with you. Some people say I'm an idiot and I should have known better. Hey, maybe that's true too, but whatever. You can learn from my mistakes, and I learn from other people's mistakes. Life goes on. But before I get into all that, I'm going to show you just a little walk around of what I've been spraying today, so you have some background as to what I'm even talking about in the video. So I'll show you some of these doors right here. Here's 7 of the 14 doors that we've sprayed today, and we did this all with my new Graco UltraMax, and it went pretty smooth. I had one little hiccup I'll tell you about here in a minute. Had something break on me. But yeah, the gun did good. It laid this is bin primer, shellac primer. Laid it out really nice, and it didn't run. Anyone who's used the bin primer, I'm fairly new to it myself, but anyone who has used it, you know that it is very watery and has a very thin consistency even when you have it mixed up. It's probably the thinnest material I've ever sprayed. I would liken it next to stains, like Minwax stains. How they're just so watery. Maybe not that watery, but pretty close in viscosity. So there's those doors right there, 7 of the 14. And then this is pretty interesting right here. This is a mantle that we did. This is a replica of another mantle that we did. We have a video about. It's called Super Simple Mantle. It's on my channel. You can check out exactly how we built this in that video. I go through every detail. And this is a really nice classic looking mantle. It has been shot with the bin primer as well, and it needs to be sanded and a little bit more filling. Now that we have the primer on, we can see what areas we missed. But the cool thing about this, the homeowner of this house, he's actually a subscriber of ours on YouTube. He saw this video and he wanted it too, so that's pretty cool. And I gotta say, he's probably the best customer we have ever had. No doubt. And I'm not just saying that because he's going to watch this. And then coming over here into the dining room, which is just a spray booth right now, we have the other 7 doors. One of them's louvered. That one's for the water heater. But we got a lot done as far as the spraying, and I got to play with that gun a lot and really get a feel for it. But yeah, we're pretty much spraying all this stuff. Baseboard, everything. I'll back up here. We have this rounded stool that we did. You can see how that kind of arches out so they can put something there like a vase. So there's a little quick rundown of what I've been spraying today with that Graco UltraMax. Let's go outside and I'm going to show you what broke on it. So I broke my $700 sprayer just now. Kind of, not really. But in a way, I thought I did. I got frustrated because things have just been breaking lately on me, and I'll be able to repair this. But if you remember a few weeks ago, I bought a Graco TC Pro from Home Depot. I did an unboxing. I primed some materials with it. I thought it was a great gun, and it gave it a good overall rating as a first impression. A couple days after that, we took it to an actual job site. I sprayed some oil-based material out of it, which it is able to spray oil-based materials, but unknown was the chemical that was in there to thin it, and it turns out it was some kind of combustible material because the gun was shocking me, and that was not a pleasant experience. But what I did learn from that was that the gun that I had wasn't sufficient for my needs. So what I did was I returned that gun. It was a great gun. It's good if all you're going to spray is water-based materials and known oil-based materials. But the problem with that is that a lot of oil-based paints have a lot of chemicals in them that you've got to know what they are, because you don't want to risk having something catch fire and combust in your hand. So learn from my mistakes. If you're feeling that shock when you're spraying with one of these, it's not necessarily the gun's fault. It was my fault, and it's your fault if you don't know what you're spraying. So don't blame Graco. I've seen reviews on Amazon this thing was shocking me. I sent it back. Yes, you are getting shocked, but it's not Graco's fault. Graco has all the documentation in there. And trust me, Graco didn't pay me to say this. I bought this with my own money, $700. So I've never talked to Graco. So just throwing that out there. Okay, so what I have here and what I just broke was the whole reason that I even bought this gun. This is a grounding wire, is what they call this. This will plug into the wall, and you'll notice all it has is this grounding prong. These two pieces right here are just plastic. So what this does, it'll plug into here, this part of the gun, and then the part that is ripped out right here from me earlier goes in right there, and then this just plugs in from there. It just plugs in, this plugs into the wall now. And then if you look at this, this will just unwind. I haven't unwound it all the way because I've been using it with an extension cord. I find this wire to be very flimsy and this to be a little ridiculous, but this is where the technology is right now. And I don't know how you would have it grounded otherwise in a handheld cordless sprayer. You're gonna have to have something that's grounded. And how are you gonna do that other than have a wire like this? So this seems to be the best solution right now, and this is what we're gonna use. But the good thing about it is when I was messing with this, I took this out and I was really frustrated because I just broke my microphone the same way I ripped my microphone. The one that I'm talking to you on right now, this one is connected to the camera like a dog on a leash. So if you look at this, it's connected all the way to the camera. I just broke my wireless one from something similar to this. But the good thing about this, I can fix it, and I'm glad they designed it this way. That screw right there, I'll loosen it, wrap the wire back around it, and then insert this. So let's do this repair right now. Yay. So now you can plug this in here and you're grounded and you won't feel any shocks. So that's good. Now if you're going to plug this into an extension cord, which you can do, then obviously it needs to be grounded. It needs to have the grounding prong and then the face, the complete face, and then you can plug it in, which is what I was doing. Now as far as spraying with this gun and this little wire hanging off, it is annoying. It is really annoying because the wire is so small, and I'll show you how that happened. Basically what I was doing, this was plugged in, this wire was down here, and I was in a tight area. I had a shield in this hand because I was shielding the crown molding or the ceiling when I was spraying the crown. And I stepped on this wire and then I came up. I had stepped on it and then I came up and then it just ripped out. And that's how that happened. As I brought my arm up, my foot was on the wire and it ripped out. So again, my fault, operator error, but it's an annoyance. So that's kind of what I've learned about combustibles, about using this Graco UltraMax. Overall, I'm really happy with the gun. And you want to spray combustibles, you have to use this grounding wire. So I'm not complaining. They could have just said, hey, you can't spray combustibles. We're not going to make a grounding wire. We're not going to build this technology into the unit. So too bad, guys. But they offered to do it, and this is their solution. So I give them a good job on that. But the gun overall is good. I didn't do an unboxing of this gun because I did it with the TC Pro. It's basically the same thing. The only difference is they gave you 6 refillable cups, the liners here, and then they gave you 2 FFLP tips, but they didn't give you any on the TC Pro. And they gave you the grounding wire, and that's it. Everything else was the same. So I think I paid $5 for the TC Pro, $7 for this one. You get all that for $700. For $200 more, you get the grounding wire, 2 FFLP tips, and the liners, which aren't a big deal. So overall, I'm happy with the gun. As far as using this gun, I will do a video review on the gun itself eventually, but I did want to talk about that because if someone out there watched my video and they're getting shocked, it's not okay to keep going like I did in that video. This is the battery. One thing that was kind of weird about this is the battery that comes with this kit. It's a 20 volt max DeWalt battery. Has the indicator right here, which this one's dead. I think I sprayed with this today and I got about 30 minutes or so of runtime. And one thing I was looking at right here, if you see that indicator, it gets completely covered by this grounding technology right here where you plug in the grounding wire. And this, you can't see the battery indication. So I'll slide that in. And I was starting to feel some weakness in the gun, and I was like, let me check the battery. I can't check the battery because that's completely blocked. So not a big deal. Obviously, when the battery dies, you're going to change it out. If you feel that power drop, then just change it out. That's the way I feel about it. But I used it until it died. Some people say that's not good, but I wanted to see how long it would last. The battery is fully charged. I used it until it died because I couldn't check it. And then I went ahead and put this sucker on there. This one is not fun to spray with this gun, but it was the only battery I had charged at the time. And it's a workout. So I don't have to go to the gym tonight because I'd never go to the gym anyways. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you're getting shocked by Graco handhelds, stop. Your gun can't do it. Plug in your grounding wire if you have a grounding wire, and be safe out there, because you don't want to burn somebody's house down and just wipe out their whole family, and just that would be horrible. He's saying cut. Don't say that. We'll probably edit that out. But anyways, thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.